All right, this is like the fifth time I've had to record this video. I'm having technical issues tonight. I'm about fit to be tied. My normal microphone's making some kind of unaccountable noise. So I'm recording this through a Samson Q-Tom drum mic. Anyway, gentlemen, before I proceed to playback of what I hope is the final master of Ghost of Whitesburg Town, I just got a couple of plug-in recommendations for my viewers, as well as a caveat about my last video. So I'll get straight to that. If you clicked through for the plug-in recommendations, I'm not going to do demonstration or A/B for reasons. Okay, you can do that. There's on YouTube. There's plenty of maybe not plenty, but there are demonstrations of these on YouTube. These came out, I think, both of them in the last week or so. The first one, I think I mentioned in the last video. I can't say enough about it. Drive in My Head by Rust Romance. For me, this was like final piece of the puzzle kind of thing in terms of really nailing a convincing analog sound. I mean, I've got saturation, all kinds of saturation. All kinds of saturation. What with Air Windows saturation plugins and various others. I've got tape machine emulators. You know, this was the final piece of the puzzle. Op amp chip emulation. 15 different op amp chips with an analog mode with a 2x option for analog mode and capacitor emulations. If it's the kind of thing that you need, you'll hear it. If it's not, maybe you won't hear it. But it is the bee's knees, man. I think I said in the last video, if I had to choose just one present to get for all the rest of my birthdays and all the rest of my Christmases, and that was the only way I could get this plug-in, this is what I would choose for that present. Can't say enough about it. Check it out. The other one is Audio Rift, Audio Loom, Audio Rift, Dual LT. The idea here is that it's kind of an all-in-one mastering plugin. It's very nice, very transparent. It enhances where enhancement is needed. It's sort of like intelligent energy fortification. It's really, really good. It's very clear, very transparent. It's helpful. It helps your sound. I'm still using it in conjunction with another plugin called, I think it's Flavor MTC. Flavor, anyway, spelled with an O-U-R. By Variety of Sound. That one's been around quite a while, I think. And I'm still using that for the Pultec low-end trick that it has, which it does really well. And the air enhancement that it also does very well. And then I got this after it. And they've got a synergy between them that I found really, really nice. Really made the mix pop. So both of them are free. Both of them are really easy to download. You don't have to jump through a bunch of flaming hoops. This one especially. Just get it now. Put in your email address. Download it. Install it. It's done. Both of these highly recommended. But this one especially. Okay? If you need it, you'll hear it. Okay, enough said. Now, back to the project, back to the song. And, gentlemen, this is the project that you saw last time, the Stems project. As you can see, I went to town on it with a bunch of automations, and then this is all the parallel buses that I ended up routing. Yeah. Quite involved, but I had a good time with it. You know, you look at this, it's, you know, this is the final stage of mixing, really. It's pre-master. It's the last step before mastering. And, yeah. The thing is, man, every song is different. And I get better at it as I go along. But still, every song is different. And it was a pretty long day. I took breaks. I took my missus to the mall and did this and that and the other thing. But it was a lot of doing. But I got it done and did an export from this project for the mastering project to hit the mastering chain. And it looks like this. And so what are we looking at now? Well, so this right here at the top that's the full mix down from the last project that I just had up on the screen. And as you can see, I've got it duplicated here. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you about the idea that I had that came to me in a dream that I alluded to last time but didn't explain. So the idea was to hear the song as it comes in, you know, through the first verse, sounding like it's coming through an old radio across the room. And then I kind of went beyond that, and I thought, well, what about if it was like a radio broadcast that had been recorded onto a cassette tape, and it's being played back on a cassette tape, you know, through a cassette radio. Not a hi-fi one either, on the other side of the room. Maybe a big room with high ceilings and a little bit of reverb, you know. Because in the process of getting it to sound radio-like, you know, it took me back to the good old days when I was a young lad in the early 80s, where I had a little bit of an LP collection, but I couldn't just go out and buy all the music that I loved willy-nilly, you know. And so, you know, pester Mom to buy me blank cassettes at Walgreens. Take them home, wait by the radio for my favorite songs to come on, hit record, make mixtapes. Yeah. So I thought I'd go for that. So I did. And this was the cassette part, getting it to sound like the cassette tape. So I used this right here. OCS 45 cassette emulation. It's quite the plug-in. Got types 1 through 4 cassette types. You can have noise if you want. I don't want it, but you have like cassette noise and wow and flutter, and you can make it mono, which I did. You can degrade the quality. Oh, there's that word again, distortion. Fear not, it's good. You know, you've got tube, diode. I chose soft clip because it sounded the best. Sounds like an old cassette tape, you know. Oh, and if you're watching and you're wondering where to get this, you might still be able to find it out there. It's by a developer called Spectral. I think they were out of Poland and they went out of business. And when they were going out of business, they offered, I think, 3 plugins for just free. And this is one of them. You might still be able to find it. It's the best cassette simulator emulator that I've found. Okay, so I used this, and I used Drive in My Head. I used that just to take the edges off of this in the way that it does. And yeah, so this curve right here, that's the main mix coming up as the lo-fi cassette recorded radio broadcast fades out. And so it's really cool, you know. It just kind of like morphs into the full soundstage with a little bit of tape flange effect. It's really cool. I really like it. I hope you do too. So, oh yeah, and I got your message via Brian. You want that fingerstyle guitar part removed from Watch It Burn. Let me tell you, it's not as simple as you might think. All right. By the time I get to the mastering stage, these are multi-stage projects, and I've got to go back 3-4 stages and remove it by the root. And then I got to go through each production stage and deal with the downstream effects of having removed it all the way up to the mastering chain. So that's another session. It's going to take some doing. It's not going to happen tonight. It's been a long day. But I will get it done. But just so you know, like it's not just a matter of just hitting a delete button, you know. So, all right, that's enough said. I'll quit my yapping and go ahead and play this thing. As always, hope this video finds you well. And we're hitting the final stretch here. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It feels good. Yeah. All right. Again, hope you enjoy this, and God bless. Take care. Over and out. All right. And pulling up Barricade for the playback here reminded me of the caveat that I need to make about the last video, which is about how Air Windows Mastering 2 prevents or virtually eliminates gain reduction in the limiter. Well, I did stipulate that it was doing so in that project at that time for me. Okay, and when I went to do the same thing here in this mastering project, I had Mastering 2 inserted before Barricade, and lo and behold, I had gain reduction. And it took me a little while to figure out that Barricade, by default, I think is in Barricade 3 mode. It didn't work with Barricade in Barricade 3 mode. Barricade has to be in transparent mode. That's the way I almost always keep it. True peak, transparent. Because I'm not into hitting limiters. Okay, I just want it there as a guard for the most part. I try not to exceed minus 2 dB, even sporadic. I try not to. But anyway, it works. That trick works with Tone Booster's Barricade V4 in transparent mode. Okay, that's the caveat. Now, I'll go ahead and hit play, and that's it. Away we go.
They're Dixie bound, I can't fly, but I made it to the south. I met a couple friends, the brothers Brown, and I know a man clearing the Sand Lake Cemetery grounds. Have you heard of the ghost of Whitesburg town? He's always got work to do. The widow's mule is too old to plow, and there's no more milk coming from the coddle's cow. There's a field where nothing yields anymore, and he's keeping watch for the fox under his mama's hen house floor. That gray ghost, his pedigree, his blood runs through the Confederacy. He's handing out the Almighty's word and letters from his legacy. With everything, the seasons change, but you can bet the ghost will remain. These old mountains are his playground. Yeah, I know the ghost of Whitesburg town. Met a couple friends, the brothers Brown. I know a man clearing the Sand Lake Cemetery ground. Have you heard of the ghost of Whitesburg town? Yeah, I know the ghost of Whitesburg